Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the sheep. So welcome back all my sheepy friends. How are we doing? Are we good or are we bad? Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's pull out 3 cards for you guys today and find out, shall we? As we shuffle these up and we pick 3 out for you for this week. Let's stop about there. We're going to take that one from the bottom. We're going to take that one from the middle. We're going to take that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got the 2 negatives there, sandwiching a positive in the middle, but don't lose all hope and give up just yet, because the black isn't always an attack, the white isn't always all right. It all depends on that compatibility of the cards when we flip them over. So we're going to start with this one, and we got, not a great card for sheep people. Not a good card at all. That is actually your conflict card, so that's your direct conflict. The Ox is a card that you don't necessarily want, and you definitely don't want it in the black. Things are going very slowly for you at the moment. Things are moving in a direction or at a pace that might even be too slow for you. And you're quite a procrastinator. You're quite a hesitant person anyway. And you are one to take things in a luxurious manner. You know, take your time with things. You know, it's more of a stroll than it is a sprint for you. This could actually be slower than slow, even to your standard. So you are going to face challenges at the moment, and a lot of that will be in communication, and that could lead to conflict, unfortunately. And as you well know, the world is not as black as white as you think it is, or as it looks, or as it seems. So you do need to be looking in those grey areas. You need to be looking in the areas of whatever you're going through right now. Don't just look at the black and white. You need to look at all colours. There's a whole spectrum here, a whole prism of colour, and you need to notice this, or admire this, or appreciate this. I think the word is appreciate. You need to appreciate the world isn't black and white. Take time to smell the roses. Take time, and I think that's what this is. It's slowing you down, not to be a hindrance, but giving you an opportunity to smell the roses, giving you an opportunity to take in all the vibrant colours and excitement of life right now, rather than rushing you through things and getting things all, you know, up in the air and chaotic and sort of putting you in panic mode. Although this time, as I say, is quite slow. It comes down to communication problems as well, I think. Like, things aren't progressing in a specific thing because the communication isn't there to help move things ahead. You're not talking about it, or something's not being spoken about. And that's not to say that you're keeping it to yourself or you're purposely not talking about it. It's got more to do with the fact that it just hasn't been brought up yet. It hasn't been thought of yet. Don't forget, this Ox here is a thinker. It's the thinking card, or a thinking sign. So it's got an element of thought to it, or in this case, a lack of thought. So you haven't actually thought about what needs to be spoken about to get through that and speed things up. But I don't think you're necessarily supposed to. I think maybe it's time for you to just chill out and relax. There's your good friend, the pig, coming in to bring a little bit of backup against that conflict card. And this is in your affinity triangle, and it's in the positive. So this is good. So the pig is on your side here. And again, I have to say, it's a slow card. But I think with the pig slowness, it offers a little bit more to your style rather than the Ox slowness. Like, the Ox slowness is basically saying you're going to be waiting for a train, but you're going to stand on this platform in the middle of nowhere that doesn't even have a bench. So you just got to stand there, and it's raining, and it's windy, and it's getting dark, and there's only just the platform. There's literally nothing. There's no shelter. There's no benches. There's no lights. There's not even a ticket booth. You got to buy your plane. You got to buy your ticket on the train. Sorry, and that's like the Ox slowness. And that waiting for the train, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, can feel like days. Whereas the pig is a little bit better. You've got a bench. You've got a shelter. There's a coffee shop. There's, there's music playing on the tannoy, there's lights, there's hustle and bustle and people around. It's a more comfortable setting. It's a more comfortable weight. I think that's where we're going to move into once you embrace when you take advantage of what there is to offer from the break, from the being patient, from the standing still, from the kind of not moving forward. Once you learn to appreciate what it is you've got here, which is just extra time on your hands, just a free moment, just a breath. Take the breath, enjoy the breath, breathe in, breathe out, and enjoy. That pig, as I say, is your ally, and it does signify that things will change. Things will change for the better. Things will maybe go through hard times, but they will start to realign themselves, and that pig will help you as you phase out of this time of the ox, admittedly into another negative, but it's a better alternative than not having that pig there to back you up. Having that pig there is a better alternative than not having it. Because the alternative of that is to have another conflict card, or have another slow moving card, or to have this is a slow moving card, but one that isn't in your favor. At least we can start to see that things are turning around a little bit. We've got a snake card coming in there now in the negative. Now, the snake and the sheep, again, not overly compatible, not great together. And unfortunately, what we've got here is that ox and that snake coming in together to team up against you, despite the backup of that pig coming in for your assistance. Now, the snake is actually the opposite to the pig, and actually the conflict card for the pig. Now, I don't think it's trying to cancel it out. It's just almost you're hesitant and reserved to move into the phase that the pig is trying to push you through. Maybe because the change or the whatever it is so slow, you've now become suspicious that it's actually even going to happen at all. You started to have your doubts a little bit. The snake, again, in the relationship with the sheep, it's a frustrating one. You're not the greatest of allies, whereas the ox and the snake are both thinkers, both are part of the same affinity triangle, not overly compatible with you, and are there both in the negative. Luckily, I think that this is just a passing phase. It's just going to go very, very slow. You can't go much slower than these three, to be fair. The ox, the pig, and the snake, very slow moving, in their own ways, doing their own thing, and they're not necessarily in a hurry to get anywhere. Mainly because the two thinkers here are assessing everything, thinking it through, sometimes overthinking it, trying to perfect things, trying to get everything just right, thinking, rather than doing. To them, the thought process is just as important as the action process. However, that pig's just slow because it doesn't care. Just doesn't mind being late, doesn't mind being slow, doesn't mind moving at a pace where it's literally snail pace. You, on the other hand, as a sheep, you're going to find this very frustrating. You're going to find this a very difficult time, because I do feel that you want to get on the train. Even if the pig is making it a little bit more comfortable for you to grin and bear it, you want to get on with the journey. You want to move forward. It's just when that train does start to pull into the station, you've now become a little bit hesitant because you've had this opportunity to overthink things and to put yourself into a state of doubt. And you don't want to do that. You don't necessarily want to do that. I mean, if your intuition, if your gut is telling you to hold back, brilliant. Listen to that. But if your head is telling you to hold back and you're finding all these reasons and overthinking things and building it up into your mind of where you're at, and that's what's preventing you, we need to break free from that. We need to break free from the overthinking and putting those thoughts in your head and proving things are more difficult than they actually could be. And with that snake card there, it could have something to do with a relationship or an emotional attachment to someone. But that's not necessarily the case here. It just could be because of that emotional attachment. But whatever the case, you are definitely overthinking things. You're definitely reading too much into things, or this particular thing. And because of that, everything is slowed down and it is going to be frustrating. Communication, it's not great at the moment. There's a little bit of I suppose in some ways a misunderstanding or a miscommunication or a lack of comprehension here. I think with you trying to talk about it, even if you feel your words are getting in a muddle, you might actually find some kind of clarity, but I don't think it's a time for communication. I think it's just now a time for action, and action is going to get you out of that thinking phase. But we'll find out, won't we, next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the sheep. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the monkey. So if you are interested in what those guys are up to, I will see you over there next. If not, no worries. I just see you next time when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the sheep. Thanks for watching. Love and peace.